Microsoft Excel is a program that allows you to input information in a neat and organized way. A common use for Excel is to do calculations and to insert graphs. In this tutorial, we'll be talking about charts, formulas, absolutes, and if statements. As well as being used for calculations, Excel is also commonly used for creating charts. There are many kinds of charts you can create from a set of data. To start, insert data into the spreadsheet. Enter your x-axis data in column A and the y-axis data in column B. Highlight all of your data. Don't highlight the overall title if you have one, but when highlighting a column, highlight the column title as well, so name and hours of sleep. When highlighting, the first cell will be white and the rest will be blue. Once your data is highlighted, go to the Insert tab, Charts group, and choose the graph you want to input. Consider which graph would be best for the information you want to display. Common ones are column, line, and pie. Column graphs are also called bar graphs. They are useful when comparing something with each other. Line graphs are the best to look at the changes in something over time. The pie graph is the best when comparing things that are part of one large group. Click on the graph you want to insert. We'll do column this time, and many options will appear. There's 2D column, 3D column, cylinder, cone, and pyramid. Click on the desired option, and a graph will appear on the spreadsheet. You also have the option of moving the chart onto a separate page. Right-click on the chart and click Move Chart from the drop-down menu. Click on New Page and rename the chart if you want. So, hours, sleep. Click OK. And now your chart will have its own separate sheet. Here you can format your chart. On the top you'll see Design, Layout, and Format. You can use these to format your chart. In the Format tab you can change the color and overall appearance of your chart. For example, you can change border colors by clicking on a button in this menu. In the Layout menu, you can add things to the chart like chart title or axis titles. For example, click on the chart title, click Above Chart, and insert your title in the text box that appears on the sheet. In the Design tab, you can alter the setup of the chart and the color scheme. Same goes for any other kind of chart you want to insert. Now you can insert charts into Excel. Next, we'll learn how to insert formulas, because knowing how to calculate on Excel can make your workload much easier. First, whenever we insert a formula, you always have to start with an equal sign. That lets the program know that we're about to start calculating. Next, put a bracket here. Then, let's say we're trying to find out the difference between the hours of sleep Bob gets on the weekends and the hours of sleep Bob gets on the weekdays. So, insert this, click the cell. This will put the number inside the cell in here. So instead of typing in 9, it's easier to just click the cell address C2. Next, find the subtraction sign on your keyboard. Type that in, then press this. And then close up the bracket, press enter, and you will get the answer, because 9 minus 8 is 1. Now, a really interesting function is the fill button. So this little black button, if you drag it down, it applies the formulas to Joe and Sally. So you can see the difference between the hours of sleep Joe gets on the weekends and the hours of sleep he gets on the weekdays is 1, and for Sally it's 5. That's one way of inserting formulas. Next, we'll learn about absolutes. Using absolutes is a way to make a number be consistent in all your formulas. I'll show you what I mean. So let's say that on the weekend, one day, they all have to wake up 2 hours earlier. So let's write a formula for that. So if we start with the equal sign, bracket 9 minus, go to bracket, there. Now, if you use the fill button, however, it's not going to work because it's all the way over here. So instead of doing that, we can change up this formula to make it apply. So insert dollar signs in between the cell address of 2, and then click enter. Now go here and use the fill button and drag this down. And now 10 minus 2 is 8, 11 minus 2 is 9. So this is how you can make a number apply to a formula when you use the fill button. Next, we'll be looking at if statements. If statements are very interesting. They're statements where you can set a standard. For example, you can say that if that is greater than 9, then insert yes in that cell, or insert no in that cell if it is lower than 9. So you can set standards for your formula. I'll show you what I mean. So first, start with an equal sign within if, and then bracket, and then say here, if we're trying to find, let's say this. So if this is larger than this, then put a comma and type in yes. Put quotation marks around a word. And if it is false, then put no. Now close the bracket. Now let's try again. 6 equal, oops, bracket. So now 10. If this is smaller than this, then type in yes, and no if this is false. So if this statement is true, so if 10 is actually bigger than 9, then it will put a yes in this box, and if this is false, then it'll put a no in this box. Close this, no. So yeah, because 10 is obviously bigger than 9, that's why I put a no. And here in this statement, we had put if C2, 9, was larger than 8, then it would put a yes here. But if that statement was false, it would put a no. So now you can use fill button here to apply the formula here, and 11 is bigger than 6, so it puts a no. This is how you can apply if statements on Microsoft Excel, and now you know how to use Microsoft Excel more effectively.